phones, you're not selling anything.
The Fed's not done, and I'm going to tell you why.
Hey guys, welcome to Sean's show. This is episode 82, and I'm very excited to have you join us. We are in a brand new studio. If you're just listening, it's a beautiful studio. Unfortunately, we made a mistake recording the audio. I'm so sorry, but I still have an episode for you guys. I did my best to make sure that the audio was listenable. I thought it was a good episode. I'm kind of recording this after I just realized that the audio is kind of fucked up. But I did my best, and next week, it's game over. Next week, we've got the new studio. I added a little fun segment at the end that I think you guys are going to like. And thank you for listening. You know, I really appreciate it. Please forgive me this time. We're in a new studio. We're still working out to fix the little bugs here and there. But next week, we're good to go. So thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. Welcome to Sean's show, everyone. We're back. This is episode 82. If you're just listening, I'm in a brand spanking new studio with a brand spanking new producer, George. Hello, George.
Hello.
And it feels good. It feels good to be back. Shout out to my friend's basement. They were recording my show for a good amount of time. So go if you're a podcaster in New York, go check them out. But we got our own. I have my own studio now. It's been a lot of effort. So thank you. If you're just, you know, if you're a listener, it really means a lot. You know, whether you're under a bridge or in a penthouse, it means a lot to me. So and we have a special surprise at the end. So stick around for that. Before we get into it, I hate saying it and you hate hearing it, but review the show on Spotify or I'll kill myself. I'll put a bullet in my head. I will. How about this? If you don't review the show on Spotify, I'll throw a Molotov cocktail into a Tesla. I already did it 5 times in Vegas. That was just for fun. You don't review the show, or actually, how about this? If you review for every review I get, I'm going to throw a Molotov cocktail into a Cybertruck. You can rate me 1 star, and every star you give me is another Molotov cocktail in a Cybertruck. That's the incentive. What more incentive do you need? But let's start with that. I mean, Tesla is one of my favorite companies. I love them. I grew up in the Silicon Valley. I drove by their plant every day in Fremont, California. And I would see all of the 9-to-5ers clock in and out, and this is a good time. It warms my heart that they're not doing well. And I'm not big, and you guys know me, I'm not a big Schadenfreude guy. I don't take delight in other people's suffering. You guys know me. Like, if you know, this show has always been about love and joy. It's not been about hate. I'm not a hater. But when it comes to Elon, I just can't stop myself from feeling so incredible that he's not doing well. It's a great day. This is the light. Like, people are life has been so shitty for so many people, and this, I feel like, is the light at the end of the tunnel. Is his demise and his failure is the light that we're all looking. I've been saying this. People think that tolerance unites. It's actually hate. Hatred is the real unity. If we can all come together, I'm not a comedian anymore. I'm a fucking activist. You guys have been thinking it. I'm just going to say it. I'm an activist, and my number one, that one guy self-immolated in front of the Israeli embassy. I'm self-immolating in front of the Tesla factories. How much money would you guys get? Will I be dead? I don't do it for money. I'm telling you guys, if I didn't have a beautiful girlfriend and a loving family and a bunch of friends, I would self-immolate in front of Tesla. I'm that much of a badass. That's not actually true. I'm a pussy. But we're gonna go. Let's see. So I guess the first thing. Forgive me. I'm on my phone. I'm reading. I'm not texting. I'm not reading my emails. If you're listening, if you're watching the show, I'm using my phone to read stories stuff. So don't think I'm distracted. So there was a major event with Tesla recently. So Tesla I'll read a little excerpt from this article. Let me pull up this article here. It's going to be the FBI investigation one. I think that's at The Guardian. So yeah, let's pull this one up. Beautiful. So let's see. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. So the FBI is investigating blazes at the Las Vegas showroom as potential terrorism. Federal law enforcement is looking into at least 3 other Molotov cocktail incidents at Tesla showrooms. Is it me or is it crazy to use a Molotov cocktail? I think it's crazy in 2025. That's how you know these are real hipsters. You know what I mean? That's how you know that these are that's how you know that these heroes are not like bandwagoners. There's a lot of people, I want to say this about Tesla. There's a lot of people right now that are jumping on the Elon Musk bandwagon train. I've been a hater since 2014. I've been a hater since I was in my dad's nuts. I've been a hater forever. And now you have all these people that are just hating on him, and I'm like, we're not the same. You understand? But the fact that they're using Molotov cocktails is very interesting. That's almost like an homage to I don't even know, Molotov cocktails. It was that's like a World War. That's like an old school thing. Using a Molotov cocktail on a Tesla. I mean, how did you get to the Tesla? How did you get there? Did you get there on horseback? You know what I mean? This we're in the future. Use C4. I support it. Don't get me wrong. I support the firebombing of Teslas. Now Molotov cocktails. I think as your coach, as your advisor, I have a big chair. I'm your advisor. I think you could be more effective with C4. I think you could be more effective with no, guys, this is all, I'm being facetious. I condemn all violence. You have to condemn violence. It's really hard to condemn violence when it's against the Cybertruck. I will say that. It's hard to condemn violence when it's against a little fuck. Well, a little fuck. We all hate little fucks that you just want to punch in the face. And so when bad things happen to his stuff, it's kind of nice. But I guess, and I was recently in Vegas. And I'll say this about the people of, I was in Las Vegas recently, and it's an interesting city. Las Vegas is an interesting city because I get there, and I knew that there were a lot of slot machines in Las Vegas. I did not know that there were slot machines at church. I did not know that there were slot machines in cemeteries. You go to a cemetery in Las Vegas, and there's a slot machine on the guy's grave. There's so many slot. I remember I was at a Starbucks in Las Vegas, and I'll get back to Tesla, but there was a Starbucks that I went to in Las Vegas. I want a little, I don't drink coffee. I want a little mint tea. So I go into the Starbucks, and I see, I get in there, and it's a Starbucks attached to a hotel. And I go into the Starbucks, and there's all of these miserable degenerates cranking away in the Starbucks. There's the Starbucks, and then there's slot machines in the Starbucks, in the hotel. And I remember looking around, and I texted my girlfriend. I was like, it's so beautiful, not a cell phone in sight, just people living in the moment, cranking away. There was one slot machine I saw, it was Crazy Rich Asians slot machine. I was like, this feels a little racist. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that slot machine. It was from the movie Crazy Rich Asians. They should make a Cybertruck. How about this? How about a Cybertruck slot machine? How about a slot machine where the grand prize is a Molotov cocktail, and then you win the Molotov and you throw it in the fucking Cybertruck. I don't know. Vegas is not the city that I would imagine this stuff to happen in. There's a little excerpt from the article I want to read you guys. In Las Vegas, in the middle of the night on Tuesday, a cluster of Tesla vehicles were set on fire as they sat in a Tesla collision center, according to the Las Vegas Police Department. Security cameras caught a person dressed in all black tossing what appeared to be a Molotov cocktails at approximately 2:45 a.m. At least 5 Tesla vehicles were damaged, and 2 of which were engulfed in flames. Now, I don't know. Vegas seems like red. Like, Vegas is a red city. There's a lot of, like, I don't know. I really don't know where Vegas lands politically. I feel like maybe it actually makes sense, guys, because if you think about it, Las Vegas is the Sin City. Like, it's a city where you go to indulge in your sins. You gamble, you hire a prostitute, you do drugs, you worship the wrong god. Like, these are all things that you can do in Vegas. So maybe it makes sense that, like, maybe Las Vegas will be the start. Like, that's going to be our... Fuck, I wish I knew history more. Like, that's going to be our start, our revolt. What if our revolt against fascism starts in Las Vegas? I think that's kind of fun. But I don't know. I was surprised that it happened in Vegas, but now I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's good. Maybe anarchists in Las Vegas is exactly what our country needs. We need it. But again, overall, I'm every day I wake up, I check the stock price of Tesla, and it's gone down 50%. Every percent that Tesla stock goes down, my dick grows 1 inch. Like, this is just how it works. It's just, you understand, I'm an autistic white man. I haven't felt an emotion. Since 2012. And now I'm feeling again. Like, it's just amazing. Like, we need to appreciate this moment, because it could all be downhill from here. He could win. By the way, if he wins, I'm going to jail. But for now, let's live it up. What else is going on? Let's see. One of the big stories, there's so much to talk about. I have so much to talk about. I guess we have to do this one. So it's going to be the deportation of the quote-unquote gang members. I don't have a link for this, but basically, this was it should be the very top story. Trump is using the Alien Enemies Act, I believe it's called. Trump's using the Alien Enemies Act to deport people from this country, and it's and again, guys, I'm gonna try to have a level-headed, rational take on this. It's devastating because those were all of the people that listened to Sean's show. I'm very popular with alleged gang members. I listen. You guys, have you just think to yourself, if you're listening, have you ever been to a concert? Like, have you ever been to like a rap concert? It's all white guys. It's all white guys that work in finance. Like, so this deportation is really hurting me because, like, those were my top fans. The Tren de Agua gang members, they love my show. And so, guys, I feel for you, man. No, but it's I don't know. I mean, I can't understand, like, why people don't see that this is crazy. Like, I just don't understand, like, I don't, like, due process, I don't know, I'm literally never surprised at anything anymore. I guess due process never existed. Due process exists if your parents are landlords and you can hire a lawyer. Due process doesn't exist if you have a tattoo. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. If you have a tattoo, this is a bad time to be in America. Is if you have a tattoo. But they're deporting all these people, alleged gang members, without They don't see their day in court. And you can't, like, the photos are crazy. The photos of the way that they're treating these people, and they're sending them to El Salvador. I don't know about you guys. If I'm a gang member and I commit crime, and let's be charitable. No one's doing this. Let's be charitable to the right for a moment. Let's say they are guilty. Put them in an American prison, not an El Salvadorian prison. You know what I mean? Like, send them to, like, I don't know, man. It feels cruel. And I know maybe some of them have killed people, but send them at least to Gitmo. That's like they're too bad for Gitmo. This is like the worst. Can we look up, George? Can we look up the conditions? Maybe the conditions of the El Salvadorian prison are good. Let's take a look. No, they're bad. Okay. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And I mean, here's how you actually know that the conditions in the prison are bad. I mean, that's just a hard photo to look at. Can we throw that up on the screen?
Yes.
I mean, if you're just listening, what we're seeing is okay. Here we go. This is a Wall Street Journal video. Yeah, let's play this. So, here's the title: The Human Cost of El Salvador's Massive Gang Crackdown. Now, I believe I don't know if these are actually El Salvadorians. So I guess El Salvador has jailed 66,000 people. And I think they're also sending, the Trump administration is also sending people to that same prison. And I believe that El Salvador is only getting like $6 million. Like, that's how much, I'm pretty sure they're paying El Salvador $6 million to jail these people for a year. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if that's enough money. And again, I know if you're listening to this and you're like, well, Sean, why are you being so sympathetic to gang members? Let me tell you who the real criminals of America are. The real criminals of America is Larry Fink. Larry Fink is the CEO of BlackRock. That guy's a criminal. While we're at it, hey, Trump, hey, Mr. Trump, while we're sending all of these Tren de Agua gang members to El Salvador, can we send the rest of the gang members in America to El Salvador? Larry Fink? Can we send Scott Bessent who's the Treasury Secretary? Let's send him to El Salvador with his friends. It's like, that's real. You want to talk about crime? There's nothing wrong with selling a little meth. I've always said this. There's nothing wrong. No, Pfizer sells meth. AstraZeneca sells Adderall. I don't know that for sure, but Big Pharma, they sell drugs. They're drug dealers too. So what's the difference? The difference is El Salvadorian gang members are small business. Compared to Big Pharma, they rake in billions of dollars of profit every year. Big Pharma is preventing small businesses like Tren de Agua from getting a foothold in the market. And this is the reality that I want to wake you guys up to. Big Pharma wants drugs to be illegal. They want Big Pharma, and I promise you, I don't like RFK. I'm not going to sound like RFK right now. Big Pharma is making you autistic. Big Pharma, they want it so that the law is that there's only one or two companies that can manufacture Adderall. That's what they want. Because guess what? If anyone could open a business and manufacture Adderall, if that were allowed, like if I could go start an Adderall manufacturing business for $50K, that's what a free market really is. Is anyone with enough money can get in the market. But Big Pharma has lobbied the government to prevent any new competitors from entering the market. And that's why my girlfriend can't get her Adderall. It fucks me up. It affects me. You know what happens when my girlfriend doesn't have Adderall? You don't want to know. I love you, baby. She doesn't listen. I can say whatever I want. No, it affects me directly. So all the cartel is doing is they're filling a market need. And I'm a liberal, but I'm a real free market. I'm a free market capitalist, and I'm a real capitalist, not a crony capitalist like all of these Republicans pretend to be. I'm not. One of the things. But anyway, so free TDA, free Trend Agua. I'm a free. That's my merch. You can check it out my merch store. Free the cartel, legalize meth, and free the cartel. I'm like not even. I like actually believe these things. Like legalize fentanyl. Like, and again, it's like people that think they believe things, they don't actually believe things. You don't actually, like, people that say they believe in free markets and that they're libertarians, you're not actually a libertarian. You want a Christian white nationalist country with lots of government regulation. That's not egalitarian society that you claim to stand for. Unlike me, I want like meth soda. Why can't I've been saying this forever, but anyway, I'm getting off track. Speaking of capitalists, I do want to talk about Larry Fink. So Larry Fink is the CEO of BlackRock, and I want to give a full disclosure that I applied to work at BlackRock. I own BlackRock stock. I'm family friends with Larry Fink. So I just want you to know up front that this criticism of Larry puts me at great personal risk. That man is very powerful. He could kill me at any moment. So Larry Fink has come out recently, and maybe we could pull up this article, on Social Security. Larry Fink wants your money. Larry Fink wants your Social Security. He wants to take, and again, I know that the people listening to this have never paid taxes. My show has always been for the top and the bottom 1%, neither of which pay taxes. So I know this doesn't apply to many of you. But if you're a kid, and hey, not everyone knows about Social Security. So if you're unfamiliar, Social Security is to keep it simple, and I want to set this up just in case you don't know, Social Security is, if you pay taxes, if you have a job, every month you pay in to Social Security, which means you give a portion of your paycheck to the government. And there's a system in our government where when you're 65 or 62 and a half, we all pay into this Social Security fund. And when you retire, when you hit a certain age, the government, it's like universal basic income. When you're old and you retire, the government pays you on a monthly basis money out of this Social Security fund. Now, right now, it's managed by the government. Right now, where does your money go? The government buys government bonds, which are very low risk. And yes, you don't get a big return. But right now, it's a very low risk environment where your money's safe. Now, is Social Security going to dry up? That's a different question. But right now, it's managed directly by the government. Now, what BlackRock CEO Larry Fink wants to do is he wants to reform it. Now, I don't know what reform means. I don't know what reform. He used the word reform. I don't know if that's the right word. The right word, I think, might be to set ablaze. I think the right word might be throw off a cliff or violently destroy. So here's a little bit more from the article. So if you're getting older and you're worried about your Social Security, don't worry. Larry Fink has the answer. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has advocated major reforms to the U.S. Social Security system, proposing the integration of private investment accounts. Ooh, we love that. We love that on Sean's show. Private investment accounts to enhance retirement savings. Enhance. How are you going to enhance it, Larry? Are you going to fuck me? Are you going to enhance it by... Are you going to enhance it by fucking my asshole? Because it sounds like that's... Larry, it sounds like that's what you're going to do. Larry Fink wants to reform Social Security and enhance the returns. I think you're going to enhance the size of my asshole. I think what you really want to do is you want to take the average American's asshole and you want to enhance it by about 2 or 3 inches. Because I don't trust you. I don't trust you. You're the CEO of BlackRock. People hate you. Larry, people hate you. You want to put all of the money from Social Security into your... Let me guess. Not only do you want to privatize Social Security, conveniently, you think that BlackRock is the best company to manage it. I bet you think that, right? I bet you think not only should it be privatized, but oh, by the way, I'm also the CEO of the largest asset manager in America, in the world. I feel like I'd be a pretty good fit to manage all that money. What do you think? And so it's entirely self-interested. It's a ridiculous claim to assume that we would allow Larry Fink to manage it well. Because right now, yes, are there problems in Social Security? Yeah. Is there some fraud? Probably. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? It's not like there's hundreds. There's way more. People need to wake up and realize where the real fraud is. The real fraud is in the fucking Pentagon, which hasn't passed an audit in 8 billion years. The fraud, I do not care about the 120-year-old getting paid $800 a month, and he's dead, and someone's taking his money. I don't care about that type of fraud. The type of fraud I care about is Raytheon signing $1 billion contract for a bunch of missiles that end up with ISIS. That's the kind of fraud that I care about. Okay? That doesn't go investigated, and neither does this kind of shit. Like, and the other thing people don't realize is that what the CEO of BlackRock wants to do is he wants to take Social Security money and he wants to put it in ETFs owned by BlackRock. And what if those funds go down in value? He wants to gamble with your money. And what if there's a depression? What if there's a depression and all of those stocks go down 40% and then you retire next year and then you're getting paid 40% of what you thought you were getting paid? You know who still gets paid? Larry Fink still gets paid no matter what. And that's my problem with it. When has privatizing anything ever worked? It's never worked. Maybe once or twice. But most of the time, it doesn't really work. And for Social Security, I don't see it working. We're just going to continue to follow this. If Social Security gets privatized, I would buy guns and butter. Because that's not good. But shout out to Larry. Tune into the end of the show because I have a very exciting thing at the end of the show for you guys, featuring our good friend Larry. Let's move on. What are the other big stories this week? We have. Here we go. Let's do the Ben and Jerry's one. So I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I love ice cream, and I'm an activist. So you know that I love. But okay, let me just. So I guess before we even get to the article, let me say this. Like, buying Ben and Jerry's and living in Brooklyn does not make you an activist. Okay? Like, yes, Ben and Jerry's, doesn't sell ice cream in the West Bank. Hey, that's great. You still work at Facebook. Like, you still live in Brooklyn. I don't care if... I don't care if you live in Brooklyn and you only buy Ben and Jerry's because they're socially active. You are not. That does not make you a good person. I don't care if you recycle. I don't recycle. That's a big. I'm laying it all out there today. I don't recycle. George is judging me. I'm sorry. I try to. No, that's a lie. Why would I lie? I don't. You know why? You know why I don't recycle? Because I saw a documentary that said that it was bad. I saw a documentary that said that only 10% of recycled items end up getting recycled, and the rest of them end up in El Salvador. So that's why I don't recycle. You know, it's truly, this is how you know I'm an idiot. Truly, if you could show me a documentary produced by HBO, and I will instantly believe everything in the documentary. You could do a documentary on a flat Earth, and I probably would. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, they proved it in the doc. But let's take a look at this article. So Ben & Jerry's is it's the Ben & Jerry's CEO got fired. So if you don't know, Ben & Jerry's is owned by Unilever, which is one of the massive conglomerates that control everything. More powerful than most countries. Unilever. You've probably never heard of Unilever, but they are more powerful than Germany. Unilever. So here we go. Ben & Jerry's accused parent company Unilever of firing its CEO, claiming he was ousted because of disputes over the ice cream brand's social mission. Now let's pause right there. I'm sorry, I don't know if ice cream brands should have a social mission. That's a little crazy. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think that if your ice cream brand has a social mission, maybe you shouldn't make ice cream. Let me put it to you this way: did Malcolm X have an ice cream brand? Like, did Rosa Parks have a vape pen? Have a vape flavor that she was sponsoring? Like, it's just like confusing to me. And I know it seems bad because I'm a white guy that's unaffected by most things in the world. It's hard to say these things as a white guy because I'm insulated from a lot of this fucked up shit in the world. And so I'm trying to like put myself in the shoes, like if I was affected by some of this, if I was affected by racism, if I was affected by poverty, I'm trying to really think like, would Ben & Jerry's doing social activism, would I support that? Like, would I buy it? Would I be like, would that make me feel better? I don't know the answer to that. So I'm not going to pretend to speak for people. I'm not going to pretend to speak for people on that. But it seems shallow. Now, I like Ben & Jerry's because they make good ice cream. I like American Dream. You know what the most fucked up thing about Ben & Jerry's is that they put late night hosts on all of the flavors. And every time I buy American Dream, Stephen Colbert's looking at me like, and I'm just like, it's reminding me that like I'll never make it as a comedian. Like every time I see Stephen Colbert, like, ah. Also, you know what? You know what we should do? What's interesting is that every Ben & Jerry's flavor has a late night host on the flavor, like Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon. You know what I would like to know? I would like to know how Jimmy Fallon feels about the West Bank. Has Jimmy Fallon said anything? I don't really know like if Jimmy Fallon cares about the West Bank or what happens there. I think that Jimmy Fallon would rather take a paycheck. I think that Jimmy Fallon and Stephen Colbert, I don't think they really mind. I don't think they really are interested in talking about what's happening in the Middle East. I don't think that interests them. And so it's but I'm kind of getting derailed. So I guess Unilever fired this. So the CEO of Ben & Jerry's was super passionate about social issues, and he did actively make changes to Ben & Jerry's in the direction of social causes that he believed in, and he was saying, and he's claiming that he was fired because of those social issues, and that may be the case. Maybe we could take a look at some of the details on that article, the Ben & Jerry's one, because I think there were some wild. Sometimes you just read an article and there's just some wild paragraphs. So let's scroll down a little bit and let's take a look. You can keep going down here. Oh, scroll up. Okay, this paragraph was just like crazy. Go up a little bit more. Perfect. However, maybe one more paragraph. I'll read these two guys. Perfect. So, founded by Ben Cohen. Oh, it was founded by a Jewish guy. And Jerry Greenfield. In 1978, the brand became popular with offbeat flavors like Cherry Garcia and associated itself with progressive causes, such as AIPAC. Okay. When Unilever bought the company in 2000, an agreement established an independent board at Ben & Jerry's to protect its social values. However, the two have consistently clashed over how Ben & Jerry's communicates that social mission. In 2002, Ben & Jerry's sued Unilever for blocking its attempt to stop selling ice cream in the occupied West Bank. Now, I'm just going to say this. If I was in the West Bank, I would want ice cream. I guess occupied West Bank. So like, basically Ben & Jerry's is saying like, we're not going to sell ice cream to Israeli settlers in the West Bank. Now, I do support that. Like, I think that like, it is a cool statement. I will say this. It is cool. I'm always just sort of skeptical of brands in general. And whenever a brand does something and people are applauding a brand, I'm like, maybe we should think twice about applauding any brand. But hey, of all the, maybe I'm shitting on them too hard, because if Ben & Jerry's isn't selling ice cream to the Israeli settlers in the West Bank, someone is. McConnell's. I love ice cream. Is it Dryers? I want to know which ice cream supports the IDF the most, and I'll just not buy that one. So I guess he got laid off. So I don't know. I respect to the Ben & Jerry's CEO for being a little bit, for sticking to his values. Lord knows if I got a check for $1 million. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably just buy a bunch of Ben & Jerry's with it. Okay, we gotta, let me see here. Let's see. There's so much news today. Guys. My boss just texted me. It's crazy. Can you believe my boss just texted me at 4 p.m.? Like, it's 4 o'clock. The workday's over. I should call him. No, I'm not going to call him. That would be... Maybe one day I want to do pranks on the show.
Yes.
I want to do pranks. But, I don't know, I don't want to go to jail. Because I feel like pranking used to be, like, easy. Or no, it used to be, like, you could prank someone, and they'd be like, you asshole, and then they hang up. I feel like if you prank someone now, they'll, like, kill you. I feel like if you prank someone these days, they'll, like, be like, I'm coming to fuck, I'll fucking kill you. Like, because people are, like, they're on their last leg. So if you prank call them, like, that could be bad. But if you're listening, let me know if you're interested in this. I was thinking, so I work in finance. I was thinking of prank calling finance recruiters on the show, where I like set up a call, and then I just fuck with them, where I'm like, they'll be like, so tell me about your current job. And then I'll be like, well, right now I'm actually signing a contract to sell ice cream to the West Bank, sellers in the West Bank. And then just see how she reacts. Or be like, yeah, no, I work with the El Salvadorian prisons. I actually work in I work in mergers and acquisitions for El Salvadorian prisons. But consumer products sounds cool too. Like I've always loved Goldman Sachs. I've always loved that they work with the CIA. Anyway, that's just a thought. What we're gonna close out. Let's close out on this. This is a fun story. Let's close out on this one. And stick around for the special thing at the end. So we're gonna do one more story, and then we have a special thing at the end. So stick around. Don't click away. We're gonna close it out with speaking of finance. There's an acquisition that happened recently that I want to talk about. So it should be near the bottom. It's an acquisition. Pepsi has just acquired Poppi. So Pepsi has acquired Poppi for $1.6 billion. I mean, that is a ridiculous headline. Poopsie acquires Poopy. You know what I mean? Like this is fake news. Like release the Epstein files. Poopsie acquired poop. Like, I don't fucking care. You think people give a fuck about this? Poopsie acquires Pooply. Tell me who murdered JFK. Was Israel involved? Like, tell me who... They released the JFK files. You know what pisses me off? Every time the government releases CIA files, they're all instantly redacted. And then they're like, no, now this time we're really going to release them. And they just never, okay, nothing ever comes out. So, because it indicts the American elite, and they'll never let you know that they're pedophiles. Okay, let's talk about this acquisition. So, I don't know if you guys know this. Poppi, so PepsiCo's buying Poppi, the popular prebiotic soda brand, in a $1.65 billion deal. The move marks PepsiCo's further shift into the quote-unquote better-for-you category as consumers shy away from sugar-filled drinks and unhealthy snacks. Well, I'm glad that PepsiCo is going into the better-for-you. I didn't know their stuff was so bad. Like, PepsiCo is like, hey, we're going into, the healthy drink market. So you admit it! So you admit that your drinks cause diabetes and cancer. Like, PepsiCo, the CEO is like, our bread and butter for 30 years has been diabetic drinks. But now we're gonna go into the healthier lane. And we're gonna give those people diabetes. Because that's really what this, also I wanna say this. So Pepsi bought Poppi, which is this prebiotic soda. Not probiotic, prebiotic. I just learned about probiotic 9 years ago. You don't make me learn about another biotic. I'll become a Republican. I don't give a fuck. You want to know how you give the Republicans ammunition? It's by coming out with bullshit prebiotic sodas. What is a prebiotic? Why do I need that? These are questions I have for my doctor. I don't have health care. Prebiotic. And I went to their website, and Poppi, I'm tired. I'm so tired of Silicon Valley. I don't know if this is from Silicon Valley. I think it's actually Texas. But I'm so tired of CEOs at startups. And they start companies and they pretend to, excuse me, I'm so angry today. They pretend to have a mission. Like the CEO of Poppi was probably or Poopy, what the fuck it's called. She was, I think it's a woman, and she goes, we're going to revolutionize soda with healthy, and I want to revolutionize soda with a healthy alternative. And then Pepsi comes along, and Pepsi is like, how about $1.65 billion to sell out all of your dreams and vision? And she's like, I'm going to Boca Raton. I'm going to El Salvador. And I'm tripling the sugar content in my revolutionary soda. It's just it's just be upfront. I'm all about 2025, guys. I'm all about honesty. If you want to make a killing, if you want to be a billionaire selling soda, stop pretending like you care about people. Just stop. You're not revolutionizing soda. You wanted a mansion. You wanted to have a staff. You wanted to have a bunch of people do your laundry, drive you around, do your dishes, cook for you. You know what I mean? you didn't give a fuck about revolutionizing soda. And I know none of you care about Poppi. Maybe one day Poppi will sponsor me. I'm kind of hoping that they become a sponsor someday. I drink prebiotic soda. I don't know if you guys know. I drink Poppi. I drank 2 cans of Poppi, and then I was arrested on domestic violence charges. I don't know if you guys know this. Prebiotics actually make you crazy. Prebiotics make you violent. What's the opposite of pre? Postbiotics? Prebiotics. Get the fuck out of here. I'm a liberal, but that fucking pisses me off. Prebiotics. I'm done. I'll learn about as many genders as you want me to learn about. I'm not learning another biotic. You can fuck off. You go try to tell someone about your if you drink a prebiotic soda, you need to take a good look in the mirror. You need to take a good look in the mirror and ask yourself, what brought me to the moment where I felt like prebiotic soda was the right choice for me. Can we read more about Poppi? I kind of want to know. Like, I might try it after the show. Honestly, it feels like a drink I would drink. Like it feels like a beta male drink. Who knows? Maybe it's cool. You know what's more beta male than Poppi? Liquid Death. Liquid Death. Can you cut to me, George? I want to say this. Liquid Death is a drink for beta males that have small dicks and huge insecurities. Liquid Death is like LaCroix for guys that like are so insecure about their sexuality that they can't be seen with a LaCroix. Because like people that drink Liquid Death, it's like closeted men. Liquid Death is a drink for closeted gay Republican men that are like, if they drink a LaCroix, they'll be like, give me a dick, I can't take it, just give me a dick. Liquid Death, though, allows them to explore that softer side with like a flavored seltzer. But you're like, Liquid Death, fuck you, bitch, fuck you. I'll fucking kill you. I was in the Marines, bitch. You know? But Poppi is actually for real men. Real men drink Poppi. I think I'm going to close on that. Real men drink Poppi. Alpha males, real men, they drink, and you know, now that it's owned by, I've never tried Poppi, but now that it's owned by Pepsi, because I only drink things that cause cancer. Now that Pepsi owns it, I'm going to have some Poppi. I'm going to crack open some Poppi. Guys, that is our show. Keep watching on the Patreon. Link is in the description. Link it anywhere you're watching the show. Join the Patreon. I promised you a new studio, and here it is. I'm putting way more production value into the show. The show is free. I've given you 82. Let me speak to my longtime listeners, of which there are like 50. You guys have fucked me. You guys have taken advantage of me. It's only right that you sign up for the Patreon. It's unfair that I've given you so much free junk shit content, and you have given me nothing. What have you given me in return? Nothing. Only 12 of you have reviewed the show on Spotify. That costs you nothing. So that's the show. Subscribe on Patreon for bonus episodes every single week. More content for you. Again, the show's going to get bigger and bigger. Nothing's going to stop Sean's show unless, I don't know. There's a lot of things that could stop the show. My health could decline. I could die randomly. Barring that, the show will not stop. So that's the show, episode 82. Round of applause for our new producer, George. Thank you very much. He's doing a great job. And stick around now for a new segment I'm calling Sean's Song. So thanks for listening. Have a great week.
Thank you for making it to the end of Sean's show, everyone. We did it. You're still here. How are you still here? Oh my God. This is a segment I'm calling Sean's Song, where I do a very serious, very heartfelt song about one of the news stories that we talked about today. And I wrote this song today about a friend of the show, our good friend, Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock. We love you, Larry. If you're watching, we love you. Why didn't you give me a job, Larry? Why did you not? I didn't move forward in the interview process, but the song is about Larry Fink and all the good things that he's going to do for Social Security in America. So light that joint, drop that acid, shoot that heroin, because we're going to have some fun. This is for Larry. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink wants to take all of your Social Security and put it in an ETF where he will manage it for a reasonable fee. Personally, I don't know if the CEO of a major Wall Street institution should be trusted with the American retirement savings. He's got other plans. Larry Fink wants to fuck you in the ass with about 500,000 or 600,000 dildos. Larry Fink wants to fuck you in the ass with about 500 or 600 million thousand dildos. 'Cause he hates America.